Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Teen Wolf. This is the final ever episode on the channel, and it's going to be hopefully chaotic, crazy and unpredictable, mate. Honestly, we're also going to be running our most liked to dislike characters of this season, as well as our favourite characters from season 1 to 6 and our favourite seasons from 1 to 6. So if you're interested in any of those polls and you've actually taken part, then please stick around for that. If you just want to dive into the craziness of today's episode, then the timestamps will be in the description. Hopefully you can stick around for the full entirety of the video, because it is the final one. We have got lots of stuff going on, like I said in the intros, with all you amazing people that have taken time to, you know, cast your votes. And who lives, who dies, who knows, mate. It looks like Deucalion's possibly died at the end of the last episode after MONROE attacks Scott and Malia, leaving him cornered, and Liam's in the hospital, and it looks like the hunters are there. So, like I said, it's going to be a wild ride, and if you don't care about the polls and you just want to get into the action, then you can check the timestamps. But for everybody else, we're just going to jump into it right now, and like I said, I want to thank every single person that has taken the time, because without you guys, this would be nothing. And yeah, I can't believe 100 episodes have flew, and hopefully this is an amazing one. But the polls are just going to start right now, so let's just jump into it. So obviously here we are on our most favourite season of the show. Obviously we've got 3 votes here, and without a shadow of a doubt, the best season is season 3. It just is, isn't it? It was a crazy wild ride. We had Alison dying unexpectedly. We had Styles taking over as being the bad guy of the season. Deucalion was introduced, and it was just a crazy wild ride, and by far the best season this show has definitely produced. I would go as far as to say it's up there with one of the best seasons that I have actually watched across multiple shows. That's how good it was. I just loved everything about it. It kept me fully engaged. I wanted to watch the next episode after the next. I couldn't wait getting in, and obviously just sitting down and just blitzing through them. And yeah, that was by far the best one. Now the next one's pretty hard, to be honest. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to pick season 2. You know, I really thought that was interesting, with Gerard being introduced, obviously Jackson becoming the Kenemo. It got me excited as well, obviously with him teasing Scott and stuff and really wanting to be turned. And I really wanted to see him further into the show, but it turned out it was obviously his last season up until this point, when he made like a reintroduction 2 episodes ago. So I'm going to throw that one in there. And now this next one, it's you know, it's tough really. I don't know whether to go with season 1, the one that hooked us kind of into the show, or whether to go with like season 5 with the Dread Doctors. That was kind of interesting. To be honest, I'm going to go with season 5. I throw it in there. It's the whole point of having 3 votes in it, so you can mix it up a bit. It was interesting with the Dread Doctors. It kept me guessing. We had Alison kind of like reappear in one episode. You know, we had the Beast. It was Mason unexpectedly. Theo was introduced. Lots of stuff was actually going on. Okay, so they're my 3 votes for obviously my favourite seasons of the show. Okay, so here we are on our top 3 favourite seasons of Teen Wolf, and I have already done this vote before, and I did do it on the Patreon, but this wasn't letting me actually click submit, so it didn't actually get put into the full total. So I'm going to do that now, and I will pick the exact same result, so you know, I'm not changing and cheating. And I did pick season 2 as one of my favourites. I liked the story of the Kenema. I liked trying to figure out who it was and find out it was Jackson, and the Matt storyline and how he's like creeping up on Alison. I was like, what the hell's going on there? I just thought Jackson's acting was amazing, and that was one of the reasons why I actually really enjoy season 2. I know there's been some good seasons after it, but I do think season 2 was decent. Now, to be honest, I picked season 5 in that one. And because I was saying, I just kind of liked how we had the introduction of Theo, and I thought the Dread Doctors was interesting as well to a certain extent. You know, it kept me guessing as well. Like the running theme is like guessing, always keeping guessing. But now, do you know what? After reflecting a bit, I've been done more editing. Do you know what I mean? So like basically, I watched the show, and then when I edit it, I have to watch it again. When I'm watching it, I actually thought like season 6 is actually probably really good and probably does deserve the vote over the season 5. Now I've rewatched it, because I technically watched all the seasons 2 times, and now I've watched it a second time. I think season 6 is better, but going with the, you know, staying true to my votes, I picked season 2, season 5, and season 3 is the best season of the whole entire show, and it's one of the best seasons of many shows that I've watched. You know, you could singularly put that one in as top notch, mate. It was amazing. Styles' acting, the whole story, I absolutely loved it. By far clear, absolute clear of every other season that this show's produced. It was so good, but there's been some really good ones, and like I said, realistically I'd probably pick 3, 2, 6, but I'm going to stick with my original vote, and it was 3, 2, 5, so let's submit them and see. And there we have it. So we've had 183 votes now, mate. Literally, that is really good. And thank you so much, obviously, for everybody taking part. And season 3 has won, like I said, with 40% of the vote. It's a clear winner, that one. And do you know what? Season 5. So I was just saying season 5 and 6, I've took it there. You know, I picked season 2, but it's really interesting. So people did actually like season 5 as well. You know, I thought I might have been in the season 1 majority with the 5%. But no, the top 3 seasons voted by you guys are season 3, season 5, and season 6. So thanks so much for taking part in those polls. Here we are on our most disliked characters of season 6. Now, obviously, if you've been watching the channel, hopefully you have, you will know that this season has stressed me out with 3 characters, and that has been Nolan, Monroe, and Gerard. Now, I have to say, the last few episodes, Nolan has not been that bad. He's actually tried to help Liam. And I'm hoping that he didn't take him to the hospital purposely, because he actually did take a licking, didn't he? He got absolutely beaten up by his mate. He told him that he knew that Monroe knew that he would take him there and go against the plans, and he was just using his bait as well. So do you know what? Yeah, boom. Nolan is not going to be the most disliked, even though I felt like he was definitely going to take it at one point. And I have to admit, Gerard has not been in it as much as well. Ever since that he's come in and obviously give Monroe like the reins, he has not done as much as I expected. He has been annoying, but not peak Gerard annoying season 2 style. So I'm going to eliminate him as well, which means my most disliked is Monroe this season. So where is she? There you are. You're getting the most disliked. And here is the most disliked of season 6, with Monroe taking 60%, nearly 61% of the vote. Now, that is really interesting. Again, to me, no surprise. With the season 3 being the most liked season, that was no surprise. With Monroe being the most disliked character, again, that is not a surprise. They earned that title. I just mentioned a second ago that it was out of Gerard, Monroe, and Nolan. And for a long time, I thought it was going to be Nolan. And then he died off, and Gerard wasn't in it as much. And Monroe's excelled right to the top. And for me, it has to be her. Now, Malia and Styles have got a dislike. Now, it's interesting that Styles has got one, considering how many episodes has he been in? Like 2 or 3. So that's interesting. Maybe they thought that it was the most liked character. But that's where it is. Couple of other votes down there for the Ghost Riders, Hayden and Mr. Douglas. It's interesting that Hayden only had half a season. I did read like a Reddit post, somebody saying that she was kind of like a pointless character. Obviously, in the first season when she was introduced as kind of like a chimera, she kind of had a story, and then in season 6, she was just somebody who stood at the side of Liam and just cheerleaded him on constantly. Liam. She never really had any lines. She never really had like a point to the group of the pack. It was always just being Liam's supporter. And you know what? When I thought about it, I thought, you know what? Yeah, they're probably right. You know, they probably are about right. So a bit tight on Hayden wanted it, but somebody's most disliked. So thanks for taking part in this one. Now we're going to into the most liked character of season 6. We're here. Most liked character. Now, I have actually really enjoyed a couple of people unexpectedly kind of this season. So Theo, right, I've actually enjoyed him. You know, I think he's had a decent season. And I also like Peter as well in everything that he's in. And, you know, I've always liked Peter, though. I've never actually disliked him whenever he was supposed to be the bad guy as well. He's always, you know, he's always put a smile on my face. He always makes me laugh. I love his personality. He said that he's going to run consistently this season. Yeah, he's always stayed behind and helped. He's helped Malia loads of times. He's helped Styles get back. You know, he risked his life. He's been decent. Honestly, he has been decent. But I'm actually going to give my most liked character to someone that has never had it before, and someone I never actually expected as well, and he stepped up, and they are the new alpha, sort of. And that is Liam, mate. Liam is my most liked character of this season. I like the fact that he doesn't back down from a fight. He goes in there, he tries to save his friends. He respects Scott for being the alpha. When Styles was like, you're the new alpha, he's like, I'm not an alpha. I just like his whole thing, you know. He has a good relationship with everybody. He's devastated that Hayden's gone, but I think he's had a great season, and Liam has taken my most liked. Or, you know, I'm going to give a clap. Noah had some good acting. He's had some good scenes. I enjoyed that one with his wife, Claudia. You know, he was there, he was crying. He actually has had a pretty good season. And Theo's got one, you know. I was saying, redemption arc. He surprised me this season, and somebody's actually enjoyed him and given him a vote. So very, very interesting. Again, thank you so much for obviously taking part. You guys are amazing. And now this is the big one. This is our all-time favourite characters. We get 3 votes, so we've got a big, massive mix here. And obviously, straight away, I know it's obvious, and I know it's kind of like the Vampire Diaries where you pick the two clear, obvious, and the originals, but I have to put these two in as the two best characters. Now, what order? I'm going to tell you in a second. Interesting. But them two, for me, consistently throughout the whole show, have brought me joy and entertainment and pleasure. And you know what? Styles, he, from the very early stages, was smashing it out of the park, and he was consistently winning the most liked characters. And then we get to season 3 after he knocks his knocks his acting abilities out of the park, and then Lydia picks up and she's won again, and she's been consistent here in season 6. So what am I going to pick as my most liked? I'm probably going to say it's Lydia, and the reason why is because she has been consistent in 6 seasons, and Styles has pretty much not really been in season 6, and that is the only reason I'm going to knock it down, Styles, because you've been in 5 and Lydia's been in 6. But that's just a cop-out of actually not picking one, but that's what I'm going to be with them. Now, this one's very interesting. I had a good mix here. I was telling you how much I really enjoy Peter. I enjoy Jackson's acting. It's really, really good, his acting. Isaac was interesting when he come, but he's not in contention. Sorry, Isaac. But who is in contention is Derek, Peter, and Malia. They are my... Sorry, Scott, as well. You've been in all 6, but you're not in contention, son. So, who am I going to pick? Now, I'm going to say it would have been Derek, but he obviously hasn't been in the show the whole time. But again, you can say it's hypocritical here when I actually say I'm going to pick Malia, because Malia hasn't been in the show as well. But I'm going to pick Malia only because when Derek was in it, I enjoyed Derek, but I consistently said I wish he had more of the story. I said I wish we utilised him more, wish he had more of it. He's so good, he's not used enough. And when I thought he was going to, he kind of left the show. And I was like, oh, wounded, you know what I mean? And then Malia's come in, and she's brought like an upbeat, funny, joyous, laughable personality. She's kept me smiling. I've enjoyed the relationships. And that's why she's taking it, just because of her happy, quirky, bantery, silly personality. It's brought another level to it and another personality, and I enjoyed it. So that one's interesting, but they are my 3, obviously, favourite characters. Okay, so here is the final results for your most liked characters of the whole franchise. After 190 votes, here are the winners. Let's have a look. So we have a quick skim down, and it looks like we have Lydia as a number 1, Styles as number 2, and Malia and Liam as joint 3rd place. Both of them getting that bronze medal. Both deserve it, in my personal opinion, as well. I think Derek would definitely be higher up in the rankings if he was in the show a bit more. Obviously, sadly, he left and he wasn't in it for a few seasons, and I think that might have impacted Derek's, overall votes for the show. I think it kind of impacted mine as well a little bit. I was saying consistently in the early seasons when he was in it that he was so good, and I really wish that he had more of the story, because I enjoyed his character, but sadly it didn't happen. And when it felt like it was going to, when obviously we transformed him into the full wolf and back, he left. Wounded with that one. But I do think that the top 3, not many people can argue with. I absolutely love that actually Malia and Liam have snuck in this, to be honest, because these are 2 characters that was introduced later on in the show. So obviously, many people have established relationships with the founding cast members. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's good that we've expanded over. So if we look, actually, Lydia's got 41 votes, Styles has got 36, Malia 20, Liam 20, Derek 18. So a very close, good mix. We like it. Scott's got 7% as well. Hayden's got 0. Like I said, people might not be liking her. She's the actual only one in this whole vote that hasn't actually got a percentage. We've got Peter with 10 votes, Noel with 7, Melissa 3, Chris and Jordan 1, Jackson, good impact on the show, good season as a Kenema, 6 votes, Theo as well, 3, Isaac and Kira have all got 1. So you know what, I'm loving it. Good, fantastic mix. Thanks for every single person that's taken part in all of these polls. I know we've just gone through 4 of them. We might have an intro of 10 minutes, but you guys have obviously come here for the final ever episode, for the final, obviously, engagement for every one of you guys. This is episode 100, so possibly people have stuck with us the whole way and took part in every single season of these votes and are engaged. We do offer timestamps at the bottom if you don't actually care to jump into the video. So if you made it this far and you're thinking, what's going on? There are timestamps at the bottom that you can progress. We're just back on the screen just before we jump into the final episode, where I would like to thank every single person once again for taking part in all of the polls. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thanks for recommending this show. Just like the Vampire Diaries and the originals, I would never have picked this myself, and your guys' recommendations brought us here, and now we are 100 episodes deep. So you guys are absolutely amazing. You bring obviously so much like joy and happiness to my life, and hopefully I bring it back to you. And like I said, I cannot thank every single person enough for taking part. So for the last ever time, let's jump into the finale of season 6 of Teen Wolf. I knew it. Oh, Scott's away. I was gonna say I knew we'd start in a different scene, but we're with Scott. Oh, he's in a different bedroom.
Let's go.
Where are he supposed to be? Because that's propergreenscreen.com.
There was this kid running for his life. They had guns, crossbows. They were hunting him.
Imagine that.
Started on the night of a full moon. Something came at him. Something bit him. It changed his life. It changed everything.
Scott?
Did I get it right, Alec? Is that what happened to you? I've got my own story. People I thought that would be with me forever are the ones that I lost. Some people that I thought I could never trust ended up saving my life.
We've all got stories.
Every one of my stories is dead. Yeah, but you're not. Now you're with us.
Haha.
Think you're doing this without me, did you? Without us?
Now that's how you make an entrance, innit, mate? That is how you start the final season. You know, well, final episode. You get Styles back and you get Derek straight in there, you know, not none of this lingering around. Are they coming in? Are they not? Boom, mate. In the first 5 minutes they've arrived. Chaos. All I've got to say is, why did he waste all those bullets? It's clear Scott stood behind the pillar. Why do you have to put about 7 million rounds in there? Absolute waste it. You know, Malia's sat behind the bin, yeah? They put in thousands of rounds in. They could just wait for it to move and then boom. But no, Styles has come. Trusty Jeep, bang, took somebody out and Derek's gone in. So I'm really interested to see where we go. And who would have thought, yeah, that Chris would have turned out to be the guy that he is today? Because I voted in the most disliked in season 1. And if I could go back and change it now, knowing that I can, obviously what I do know, it would have been Kate. And it was so close to being her as well. Treating, look, her ass just fell out.
Gerard fears most he can't beat you.
It's died now. R.I.P. lad.
What are you doing here?
I found a pack slaughtered in Brazil. There were 2 words written in blood on the wall. Beacon Hills.
Came back from Beacon Hills?
Came back for you.
Oh, friends.
Welcome back, Derek. You must all be feeling rather nostalgic. I even have a few visitors for you. Jackson.
Yes, mate.
Come a little closer. I'm gonna shove that thing so far up your ass. Lost none of his charm, has he? I'm going to tell you where to find all of them. This is how you wage war, Scott. The strategic positioning of your army against theirs. You will try to save as many as you can, and ultimately you will fail. The
Smart,
dogs of
innit?
war, Scott. They're coming for you.
Do you know what, right? There's not one little bit of my being, yeah, that likes Gerard. Ah, he's so annoying. But I respect him. Because, right, who doesn't respect somebody who tries to do what they say? Do you know what I mean? Like, this guy, yeah, consistently hates them. And he's always telling them. And he's always trying to take them out. And he's always got the advantage. And he's got the good plans. And he calls it as well. Do you know what I mean? I took everybody out. He didn't need to tell Scott he's done that and that. He's got Liam and his mum and everybody and Jackson. But he has done because he's so confident in himself, and you got to respect that, even though you don't have to like him. So, you know, he has been a pretty good character in the show, whether you do like him or not.
Just buy us more time. Wherever Liam and the others are, get them out of there.
So literally day 1 of my internship, and up comes this slide about this guy that they've been chasing in the woods in North Carolina. And they were planning a SWAT assault to take him down dead or alive.
I'm surprised you didn't convince him he could lead it.
I tried. Didn't work. Anyway, Long story short, I basically, had to save his life.
You couldn't walk.
I was limping.
You couldn't walk, and I know that because I was carrying you.
Okay, this makes more sense. But still, how's he got out the door when they're there for him?
My toe was caught in the crossfire. It was obliterated.
Okay, forget your toe.
We can't leave without Liam, and we can't wait around for help. It's just you and me.
You all right?
I think so.
You okay to stand? We're gonna need your help. Take him back to the hospital.
This is all the yellow wolf's bane we could find.
And more than powerful enough to kill an alpha.
So that's what she had. You know when she killed? I mean, is that what she had when she killed the hellhound then? Because she had two in her hand, did she? Well, when she did kill that hellhound, she had two and she was looking at them. And I said, "Oh, she's got serums." I thought it was like a serum, and then obviously it turns out it was somewhere coated with silver. But she had two at the time.
All we know is that it's made of two faces. One human, the other supernatural.
Okay, so you're telling me we gotta go up against this thing blind and face our deepest fear?
Lydia, you and Styles need to find Arjun, get to the armory, rescue Jackson.
We're gonna do exactly what Gerard wants us to?
I think that if we stop the ANUK-ITE, we stop it all. Monroe's not gonna change. But I think that we can reach the others. They just have to change their minds.
We have to change our minds.
We can try to fight it blind, we can try to face our fears, but we still need to know how to catch it. Where are we headed?
The high school.
That's where we're gonna find this thing.
No. It'll find us.
Well, it's Aaron. It's him, mate. I wonder where he's gone. Oh. Where's got him? Lydia seen that exact part. I'm assuming all of them are going to get froze.
You're afraid of me, aren't you? Did they tell you why you should be afraid of me? It's because I'm still part Canada. Come take a look.
Oh, it's actually going. Rookie.
Oh, I can't drive sports cars anymore. There's no room for my tail.
Oh, told you, rookie. Nice heart's
There's a
beating.
heartbeat, but it's faint.
I think I know how to catch it.
That's interesting.
Jackson?
Styles?
That's nice.
You did that?
I did that.
I kicked down the door. Now that we've all contributed, wanna get the hell out of here?
What's Ethan doing here?
Ethan?
Yes, Ethan.
And you. Oh my god. I thought you'd never figure it out.
Yeah.
You still at the armory? There's something I need you to get first.
The skin, is it? Oh, do you know what, right? Was that an inside joke of Jackson? Because I know that in real life, he's gay, I'm assuming, or bisexual. I know that I follow him on Instagram, so I've seen him, like, obviously, I think he's dating a guy right now. But what I mean is, like, when the show was first aired, had he not come out yet and, you know, about his sexuality? But, like, obviously, as a friend, most of the time anyway, you do know your friends, don't you, mate? If you're good friends with someone, you get that feeling, but it's down to them to decide what they want to do, whether they want to say it or whether they just, obviously, just want everybody to just know but not know. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that was a good little scene. But also, yeah, I love seeing on Instagram pictures between Lydia and Jackson, you know, Colton Hayes, mate. They're always posting different pictures. It gets pure likes as well. And it's good that he's got such a good relationship with the cast, even though he's only been in 2 seasons. He's still friends with them all. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Oh, someone's waking up, like. Oh, interesting.
Let me do it. It'll be more fun that way.
What are you doing here?
Asking myself
Oh, for you. Oh, she's hit him with the Wolfsbane bullet.
I'm okay. No, you're not okay. It's Yellow Wolfsbane.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill you.
Oh, Derek will sort it out, mate. You know, he'll got a plan. Don't worry. Yes, Corey.
How did you get out before me? Well, I talked my way out of it. You used the tail, didn't you?
I'm not dying for you. I'm not dying for you either.
Bros, mate. They are bros. Yes, Melissa. Liam's just been hit. Oh, both of them have.
There's only one way. Get rid of Wolfsbane.
Burn it out. How's his top not set on fire? It's here. You can feel it. Hey, that's sick. Derek does his mouth movements well good.
Remember, you can't look at it. You have to fight it blind. It's here.
Let it go.
Shut your eyes.
You think he's dying?
Not that easy to kill a hellhound.
I was about to ask where he was.
I mean, if you're gonna wander into this world, you might as well have all the information. The three of you help Deputy Parrish to his feet and get him out of there.
Mate, you earn that respect, don't you? Go on, lad. Oh, who's that? Malia. Slowly happening. We're rotating round. Lydia's seen all of this.
I'm here. Where's Lydia? I don't know. Where are you? Right in front of you.
That was pretty sick, that, to be honest, not gonna lie. That was pretty good. You know, have we ever actually been told why it likes to do this to people? Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand what it's doing. Totally get that. But, like, what I don't understand, or which I don't know, is that, like, why? So, if he went round Beacon Hills, for example, and turned everyone to stone, then what is he doing? He's going to kick back, relax, you know, like, have a beer, sit by the pool, chilling. I've got it all to myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, what is his purpose? Like, why does he want to turn everyone to stone? Like, why does that, like, get him off so much?
Citywide disarmament. Anyone with a weapon issued by Gerard is going to relinquish it.
Close your eyes, Derek's son. Oh. Oh, it's Jennifer.
Are you gonna let them kill me again? Or are you willing to give me another chance? Open your eyes. Please look at me.
Look at me.
Doing a good job, though, mate. It is doing a good job, mate. It's doing everyone in. Kate's here now, look.
You actually think I would trust you?
I'm your daughter.
But still one of them?
That is not surprising, mate. Consistent.
I don't know if he's dead. He definitely looks vulnerable.
Everything fell into place.
Not everything. Scott's still alive and he knows how to save them.
Oh, he said he thinks he knows, or didn't he? He did say that.
You think you can fight me, but you can't. Your friends are gone. They saw my face and it drove them insane. You failed them.
Oh, this guy was decent.
Open them, Scott. All you have to do is open your eyes.
Your fear brings me freedom. Open your eyes.
Just stab his own eyes out. Oh, look at this, mate. Absolutely ruthless. Right, what I don't get about that is, yeah, he's just made himself blind. I mean, I do get that, obviously, clearly. He's just made himself blind. But, like, how does that defeat this guy? Like, how does it defeat it? Is it only a benefit of Scott because that guy now can't get Scott? Because Scott can't look into his eyes, so that means that Scott will always be around. Do you know what I'm saying? But then again, Scott's at a disadvantage. Like, well, not a disadvantage, like, but the guy's got no eyes. You know, if that's his solution, everyone's going to be blind, aren't they? You know, we're going to have Teen Wolf the Blind movie. Literally, it'd be interesting. But we have seen Duke Haley get his eyesight back. I can't remember what happened for him to get that back, but something did. So I get what he's coming from. It's ballsy, you know what I mean? There's lots can go wrong because everybody's kind of still alive inside those stone bodies. You know, we hear the heart beating, but Scott's just gone all out, mate. The guy's full on committed.
I can't get a shot. What do you want me to do?
Just shoot him.
I mean, that's a wounder for him, but the guy shot him about 50 times. Oh, and the guy's evolved. Oh, it's a berserker.
One in the head and one in the heart.
You wanted the power of a shapeshifter like me, but that comes with all the rules of being a shapeshifter, and we have lines that we can't cross.
Dip now, Derek. Yeah, go on, lad. We love our Peter, we love our Derek. Underrated character, mate. He should have been #1 most liked. He's sick. He's gonna take some of his pain, but he needs to give him a Chinese burn.
Does it hurt you more?
Oh, he's died. Look, mate, everyone's opinion's changing on Theo. He's done well this season.
You let this happen.
You let this happen, you stupid old man.
At least Gerard's died. You know, at least he's died.
Drop your weapons!
Yo, go on, Perish.
Someone report with the status now.
You lost.
Scott, what happened to your eyes?
I had to. I'm sorry.
Scott, you have to heal. If your eyes stay like this much longer, the damage is going to be permanent.
Kiss him.
Holds his breath. This has been Scott's best season though, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
Gerard put guns in people's hands, but a lot less than he thought were actually willing to use them. More people know our secret now, but more of them are on our side.
You want to be co-captains now. Who taught you that crap?
You did, because you're a great coach.
I am a great coach.
Right. Great coach. They weren't afraid of us anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're back at the start of the episode. Totally forgot this happened.
The people who are hunting you, they've got a leader. Her name is MONROE. So what are we doing here? We're meeting up with some people who can help us.
Are they all different?
Some of them are.
Who are they?
My pack.
My pack. And you can be with us, but you're gonna have to fight.
She said I was a monster.
You're not a monster. You're a werewolf.
That is literally what he said to Liam. This is the last episode, isn't it? Now, how did you set it up like for a new season? Surely they didn't think that they was going to have another season and it didn't happen. Surely that didn't happen. Mate, who's watched the Divergent series? You know, have they got Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant Part 1? And then Allegiant Part 2 didn't come. They didn't renew it. It's like, how? Mate, how have you done that? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, well, not like this. You know, maybe, well, I'm assuming, mate, 100% that the film, unless there's another film, and the one they're bringing out now is the new, like a second one, that it's going to continue with MONROE. Because honestly, my first thing that I was going to say is I cannot believe that she's managed to leave. And then I was going to say, she's going to be another Gerard. She's just going to retreat. She's going to come back. She's going to build an army. And then she's going to come and she's going to fight. And Scott said that. He confirmed it, you know. Like, you know, I didn't even have to say that because it was obvious. But then Scott's confirmed it. And I thought it's really interesting. I totally forgot that at the start of the episode, Scott went and found this guy. And we just finished with him. Which is kind of good. It could have finished and I wouldn't even, like, have remembered. But yeah, like, interesting that we've introduced a character and then they got no more show. Do you know what I mean? Like that, I think that's very interesting. Me, like, this guy has been introduced in the last ever episode, and that's it, done and dusted. See you later, alligator. So, really interesting. I mean, it wasn't some crazy mad ending. To be honest, it was left massively open ended, which I suppose is a success. Like, you know, there's many different shows. So, for example, Sabrina, yeah. She's dead, but is she dead? Because it's kind of like a supernatural show. You could, if they wanted to, they could bring her back. The way that ended, she died, but she didn't. They could bring her, like, if they decided to, let's renew it, and then they said to us, she actually didn't die, even though we've seen her die, it would make sense, like, it could fit, because it's supernatural, and they could just tie it into, like, the rift that they went in, and boom. And do you know what I mean? And then if you look at, say, the originals, mate, I actually cried on that one. Like, it was well sad. It had me all the feels. I was so emotional, mate. And then obviously the Vampire Diaries was decent as well. That was good vibes. It felt like we went off and finished. You know what I mean? Like, they felt finished. Where this one feels like, should we come back for season 7? Should we not? Should we make a film? Yeah, we'll do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, massively open-ended. Which, if you look at this, nobody's died. I actually thought a cast member might die. I.e., not like Gerard, which I'm assuming he is dead. I'm assuming Kate took him out. But I feel like I thought somebody like Mason or Corey or Liam, do you know what I mean? Maybe a Derek who's not obviously been in the show for ages. A Styles, a Lydia, a Malia. one of them might go to be a, oh, bloody hell, you know, final episode, like, we go out with a bang. But no, seems like they're all open-ended. And to be honest, you know, I'm hoping that they're all in the film, but I think I seen, like, a list, not confirmed, but I didn't see Styles' name on it. Now, you know, he's still not, like, friends with them anymore or whatnot. Because I think I seen a picture of Scott, and he's not just got a band on his arm anymore. The guy's got a sleeve, mate. The guy's literally got tattoos all over his legs, his arms. And that, I think I seen it in that. I think he was stood next to Chris, to be honest. So, like, confirmed for, like, the film. I seen a picture of, I think it was Scott, Chris, Paris, Lydia. I think Jackson, I might have seen it. But I've not seen those Styles, which is kind of sad because, like, as you've seen in the votes, he's up there in the top 2 of the show. But it's exciting. You know, I thought it was a good episode. Very, very good. Like I say, it's not like an emotional one and a crazy roller coaster, because it's definitely left it where I feel like either a film or a next season has to go after MONROE. I know this is finished in 2017, but somewhere, somehow, someday, I'm hoping that we get that answer. It might be the film. I don't watch the trailers. I just go in there blind, and I'm excited. Okay, there we have it, people. That is the last ever episode, that I know of anyway, of Teen Wolf. Maybe there's some specials or another film that's coming out that we've not seen that we can obviously watch, because it definitely feels like it's open-ended and the storyline with MONROE has to be concluded. You know, we don't want none of this my wife and kids stuff where we end the season with, I'm pregnant, and then doesn't get picked up, you know. I think there was a show called Happy Endings as well. It was a comedy, nothing like amazing, but I think as well that was just not picked up, and it's like, you know what I mean? We always end it, and it's like, what's going to go? What's going to happen? And then we don't get it, and they're like, ah! But Gerard died. MONROE obviously got defeated. They beat the... I always forget the name. Is it ANUK-ITE? That's what it was called. They defeated it. Scott, you know, he kind of clawed his eyes out so that he could fight him without having to look at him. Obviously, that is the best way. If you look at him, you turn into stone. But if he just kept his eyes shut, Styles just ran in and threw the ash down anyway, which means that Scott really didn't need to claw his eyes out. And he was only lucky that, you know, Malia kissed him, kind of using the same technique as Lydia did with Styles when he's having a panic attack. Scott was kind of having like a mini one, wasn't he? He was saying he couldn't focus, he couldn't control. And we've seen it, mate. Lydia kissed Styles, and she was saying that she read somewhere that holding your breath can obviously help you, calm you down, and obviously that helped Scott, and he managed to successfully regain his eyes. Now obviously Deucalion, R.I.P. son, he's dead, and you know, he was a good character as well. He was a good little reoccurring introduction, so to speak. What a massive redemption arc that Theo has had. Do you know what I mean? He always wanted a package. You know what, right? I've got to say, yeah, not that like I'm disappointed, like I'm absolutely fuming it didn't happen, nothing like that, but like I'm disappointed that his story, he always kind of wanted a pack. Whether with the Dread Doctors, he kind of wanted to be the leader of his pack. He wanted to steal like Scott's status, so to speak, but he wanted a pack. He did. He's always wanted one. He come in, he was in search for it, and he didn't get it. He was a bad guy. He was a bad guy. And he deserved what he got. He deserved to get sent down into hell with his sister and and have that recurring death day over and over again. You get what you deserve. And at that moment, he deserved that. But then he's come back. And let's be honest, right? Yeah, if you hated him last season, you can't hate him this season. I can't see anything that he's done wrong. To be honest, he's saved the team over and over again. He's helped. He's been a good asset. Teamed up with Liam. They're like frenemies now. Do you know what I mean? And he took the pain away of Gabe. Now, it said at one point, I can't remember what episode it was, I think he tried to take the pain away from Liam. And Liam said, mate, it only works if you care. You don't care. You only care about yourself. But at that point there, it's shown that he did actually care. And like, we finished it with him being in good books of everybody, but not confirmed as part of the pack. And that's where I was saying, I would have just liked him to be acknowledged as part of the team, just because he's had such a good season, and ever since he was introduced, all he wanted to be was part of a pack. And I feel like he's shown that he's cared, he's shown that he's willing to put his body on the line and help people and care for them and take the pain away and be an asset. And he is knowledgeable. And yes, he has done some bad things. And yes, obviously, he deserved what he got in season 5. But this season, I feel like he'd done enough to be considered anyway as like a fringe member of the pack, but he ended really well. Peter's still alive as well, happy for that. It looked like what Lydia saw was coming true as well, mate. Everyone got turned to stone, didn't they? You know, exactly the same way that she thought it was going to happen, and it done really good as well, actually. It was kind of like making himself look like other people to get close to them, and obviously they'd open their eyes. And you know, it was interesting to see Jennifer back, to be honest. I thought it was Derek's sister at first, Cora, but no, it was her, and I was like, whoa, mate, that's pretty decent. You know, Derek fell for her as well, didn't he? He ended up getting caught and obviously turning. But what's interesting is that happened there, obviously, like with Jennifer, but we had the season 3, mate, you know, the bandage man come in, and it just made me realise how much I enjoyed that. How good was it, that episode when Styles was like in the basement and his leg was like tied up to that chain, and we started the episode with him ringing Scott on the phone, he's breathing, Scott, he said, you know, like, he was like, what was he saying now? He's like, I don't know where I am, my battery's running low, I feel like somebody's in here with me, I'm going to have to call you back. Mate, it's like, whoa, what's going on? Literally, I started the episode like, what is going on? And we seen him chained up, and he was crawling like in the background. Turned out it wasn't even real. It was literally like all he said. It was mad. Honestly, it was crazy. It was so good, mate. And he was good in. I know, obviously, he was technically Kira's mum's boyfriend, wasn't it? That's what it was like. But in terms of like whole season story thing, it was sick. The acting was so good. We had a bit of Dark Styles as well come in. His makeup there, his black eyes. He was coming in acting like he was in 3B. And I loved it. You know, we didn't have Kira come back. You know, she must still be with them skinwalkers, mate. She is committed, mate, to that cause. She's full on committed, and she's obviously off doing her own thing. But would have been nice to see her finish off, because we did get obviously Jackson coming in. We had Ethan again, which is good. I liked how Lydia said, oh mate, I'm so happy that you finally figured it out. I was wondering when, because he was like, yeah, me and Ethan. He's like, you and Ethan? And Styles is like, what, you? And you know what, Jackson didn't really see Lydia doing any of her powers as well. Last time we seen him, he didn't know that she was a Banshee. So everybody's shit. And Jackson as well, really smart that he enticed the guy in with his tail, and obviously like strangled him and killed him or whatever, took him out. He's still saying that he can't fully turn into the Kenema, but he can still obviously like flip between his personalities and do bits here and there. So like I said, if we were having a film, I want Jackson to be in it. It's interesting that we ended the episode there. I don't think that Mason or Cora was in the scene when he was walking out. So again, it's interesting that there was a random new guy there, and the people that was actually being committed into it for quite a bit wasn't. And then obviously we finished with Melissa and Chris kissing as well. So you know what? Really good show. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait for the film. Hopefully you guys obviously going to stick around for that. That will come to the channel. No doubt about that. You know, we're not going to get invested into 100 episodes and then not obviously carry it out for a film. So thanks so much for obviously recommending this. Hopefully you guys stick around for much more shows to come. I'm not too sure what the big long next series is going to be on the channel. We might have to obviously deep dive into all the different possibilities. We have been obviously running the polls, and like 13 Reasons Why has got loads of thumbs up, so obviously that'll come. I think that's like 30 odd episodes as well, so that's quite high. I think it's still continuing as well. We've got like stuff like Sex Education that loads of people have voted for, and then I'm thinking about maybe doing some comedies as well. I love comedies, the genres. You just know, makes everyone's day much brighter, much happier. So I mean, there's loads of stuff coming out, releasing on Netflix that we obviously can deep dive into, as well as a new Game of Thrones season that's going to be coming out, which is going to be really, really interesting. I've not even done any of the Marvel stuff as well. We've got Loki, and you know, all of this other stuff that we could dive into, the Mandalorian and all the Star Wars sagas and stuff. So I mean, endless possibilities, and hopefully you guys are here for the wild ride. So thanks so much for suggesting this. Thank you again for taking part in all of the polls, obviously showing your opinions, listening to mine, whether you like or dislike them, whether you like or dislike the videos, you know, subscribing to the channel. You guys are absolute legends. If it wasn't for you, again, none of this would be possible. So I can't thank you all enough. Again, I'm going to say thank you, and what a wild ride this has been. Episode 100. Don't know where we're going to go from here. Don't know what's next, but as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.